Yeah, thinking about things, me and my friend Mike Flanagan down in Mississippi. We're thinking about running for president, vice president. Bring America back to the people instead of corporations. Utilize the ability of all these well educated and trained people. Bring industry back to America. Produce jobs. Bring equality all the way around. Stop this, everything that's going on now. Let families eat what they want to eat. Cut crime down. Any drug dealers, they'd be out of business. Yeah, can't have that. Don't go for that stuff. Anyways, we want to bring it back to the people. Until we get a working man in there, we ain't going to have one day gum bit of say so, and the poor will get poorer and the rich get richer. There's no ands, whats, and buts about it. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. This nation is so far-fetched out of kilter, it's unreal. Just the job aspect and poverty and all that is beyond the realm of reality. If everybody sat down and looked at it, they'd almost have a heart attack. Politicians on Washington all telling you it's great and gory, good, good, good. No, it's not. It's bad, 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 and it ain't going to turn around overnight. It's going to take a lot of hard doing. It ain't going to take a lot of sacrifice, except for the almighties. They'll have to sacrifice a little bit by bringing their businesses back to America. But by the time you get freight and everything added into it, it's the same thing. They don't want to tell you that. How come the prices keep going up? It's so cheap to build it over there. Because they're lying to you. They don't want you to work. They want you to be slaves of the nation, just like them people over there that are working in those sweat factories. We don't want such sweat factories. We want people making money. We want people being able to live. We want families to be able to have things. And we don't want anybody in the government telling people what they can eat and what they can't eat. You got them in office right now telling you, hey, don't eat this, it's bad for you, but their kids turn around and eat it because it's good for them. They don't want you eating what their kids are eating. They want you to eat trash, food that doesn't count. They don't want your kids to have a good hamburger, fried on a greasy skillet with a little butter, maybe a slice of cheese on it. They want them to eat scum food while their kids eat that. And they say, well, our kids are fine. Biggest problem is all this microwave food is half our problem here in America. Everything dependent upon a microwave this, microwave that. Yeah, I heard McDonald's closed down some restaurants because why? People rather have a fresh fried hamburger than a daggum microwave one. I don't blame them. I would too. I'd rather have me a nice, juicy hamburger than to sit down and eat a daggum dried out piece of meat. Anyways, but that's beside the point. The point is, if we do not get somebody in office that cares about the people themselves and quit throwing money to the almighty rich and giving them tax breaks and make the poor suffer, we are not going to go nowhere. So if you want this nation to turn around, you put me and Mike in there. Me and Mike Flanagan. You put us two in there, and I guarantee you that it's no longer going to be controlled by industry, unions, and everything else. It's going to be for the people. We have a constitution that goes for every single person in this nation, regardless who you are. And no religion is going to dictate what you eat and what you do. There is no ethnic group going to dictate what you do and what you do, and where you live and how you live, and who's buried who and who's done this. We're all equal. Every one of you got your own space, so utilize it. Don't push your stuff off on other people. That's not your job. Your job is to tend to yourself, not to dictate to everybody else and what to do. You know? A free nation means that everybody has equal rights. And I mean it, equal. No matter what race, what color, what goddamn religion you are, you all have rights and you're all equal. You know? That's what this country needs, is somebody in there that's going to try to bring that equality back. Try to reunite every single American in this nation to understand that if we all work together as a nation, we can come back around. Until then, it's going to be difficult. The media's pushing, everybody's pushing stuff that's causing havoc. People in the government are out to destroy the government, take your rights away. That's right. Take your rights away. You know? You got a right to your own religion. You got the right to eat your own food. You got a right to live in your own house. You got a right to work where you want to work. And you got a right to open a business making car rims if you want to open a business making car rims. We don't care. Independency makes this, will bring this nation back. Small businesses will bring this nation back. Small factories, family factories will bring this country back around. Why do you think there's so many millionaires in Japan? Because they build stuff all throughout the country for the automobile industry and industrial plants. It's not built in one confined area. It's built throughout the country by families, working together to make a nation. And that's what we need brought back here now. This next election. It's not going to bring everything hunky-dory the first 2, 3, or 4 years, but maybe 5 or 6 or 7. We'll start bringing things back the way they should be. It's not an overnight fix. It's going to be impossible. Whoever says they can fix it in 4 years, they better go get their head examined and see what kind of mental kind of drugs are they taking to hallucinate that they can solve the problem in 4 years. It ain't going to happen. In 4 years, you'll have some back. You'll have a movement going, a thing going, people working together to make a nation again. It's not going to be overnight, poof, I got myself a job, I'm making $15, $20 an hour. That's not going to happen overnight. I don't care what anybody says. These unions got you to fight your living butts off for that $15 an hour, but yet they're exempt. Why do you think they're exempt? Because there ain't nobody going to survive paying that. Not your fast food chains or your small retailers and that. They ain't going to survive. They're going to close. Your small restaurants are all going to close. They can't survive on that. It has to be done with common sense. Not jump in there and grab it, boom, like that. I got $15 an hour. And you're out of work the next day. So what'd you gain? Not a cotton picking thing. As a matter of fact, now you got to go out and find a job. There ain't nobody hiring. McDonald's in the two biggest $15 an hour cities already talking about going automated. Seattle and LA. Automated McDonald's. They're all over Australia. Check it out. Read up on it. People love it. Why? Because they don't have to deal with anybody. They don't have to hear you complain, hear you hollering, screaming at each other in the back. That ain't because you want it. That's because you got to do that to be heard over top of the microwaves humming. Just think if you're flipping burgers on a hot, greasy goddamn thing like they used to do, you wouldn't be screaming and hollering. You'd be all having fun. That's what we need to get back to, the old greasy spoons. Sickening. Then people can afford to live. People can start by producing their own small businesses in their houses. Making hoses, making whatever. Selling it to stores, to factories, to whatever. Get a niche, get it going. Because it can be done. Japan does it. Several other countries do it. Low poverty nations do it. Japan, shoot, they got all kinds of millionaires over there. There ain't a ton of them sitting. Most of them are private-owned businesses. Owned by a family. A whole family get together. Hey, let's do this. And they work together and make it work. Then they make some money. Then it gets a little bigger and they make a little more money. You know, that's what our forefathers did. Our forefathers started out with absolutely nothing and built something. Let's do it again. Let's show the world we can do it again. People frown on us. People think we're idiots. We're not. We're very smart people. We just got to utilize it. Quit letting everybody else tell us what to do. You know? Like I said, you put me and Mike in there, we're going to work for the people. We'll set a tax structure up that affects everybody equally, but will not hurt nobody. But it will affect everybody equally. Rich to poor, everybody. Equally. 100% equally. Obamacare? No. That is ludicrous the way it's written. The cost factor is high. The factors that they're writing out moving into 2015 and 2016 are ludicrous. A 20% increase in premiums, plus they want to raise the rate to $6,500. So you're paying in and not getting a dime back. But here's what you don't know and you haven't realized yet, you need to check on. Michelle Obama sits on 4 different insurance company boards. Mr. Obama has investments in 4 insurance companies. Stock investments. Money. The more you pay in, the more they profit, the more they get. The stockholder. Okay? So that's what's happening. Not for your benefits, for the stockholders' benefit. The pipeline, that should have been done a long time ago. Why isn't it being done now? Because Warren Buffett's moving oil with his trains. He's had a few wrecks, lost a few things, got reimbursed by the federal government for his losses, all this here stuff. Was given $20 billion to fix the tracks, but hasn't done it. All this here, he's been working a little bit on it, but not that much, but you could have went in and refurbed the whole thing real quick for the amount of tax breaks money he was given to do it. With the pipeline, he don't make any money. He's not hauling oil. So your gas price might drop considerable, considering that it's more costly shipped by freight than it is to move 1 billion gallons by pipe. This fuel price stuff, prices going up, crude went down. How come there ain't no stopping the price rise? They don't want you to go on vacation in summertime, so the government lets them raise the prices so you can't afford to go anywhere. You can barely afford to go back and forth to work. What do you think of that? That ain't right. Crude price goes down, the oil price could go down. They're always lying to you. Oh, we had to take this out because we had to add this for summer grade. Then we have to add this for winter grade. You either add one or take one out. That's it. You take out the antifreeze, the stuff that keeps your fuel from freezing in the wintertime, and leave it a common blend in the summertime, which they do, but they tell you they add an additive in it for summer, which they don't need to do, because it ain't going to freeze, it ain't going to overheat, and it ain't going to boil. The only thing they do is take a de-icer out, they put in their fuel to keep it from getting so much water in it in the wintertime, so you don't ice up your gas tank. Then in the summertime, take it out, which should lower the fuel price. Then you got states that want to add more and more taxes to the fuel. Illinois is one of them that wants to add. They want to add 19 cents a gallon to it. Why? So they can take and steal you blind. Because Illinois is known for every governor to be a thieving, no good for nothing piece of junk. Which they are. Every single one of them lie, including the new one. He has done nothing for outside the city of Chicago. He don't care. As long as he can pacify the almighty rich who slide back pocket money in them, that's all he cares about. He don't care about the working man. If he did, he'd be out here checking on him, seeing what needs to be done, but he ain't. Instead, he taxes them more. Here, we got to raise the taxes. Why don't you tax the rich and quit giving them all the breaks, and there'd be billions of dollars in there? Ain't that right? Even Obama. Tax break here, tax break here, tax break here. Who gets the tax breaks? The billionaires do. Who suffers? The poor people do. So we need to get that out of office, get a common working man like me and Mike in there, Charles Symonds and Mike Flanagan in there, and we will work 100% for the people. All right? I thank you for your time, and you have a good day.